the Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And Nurkic gets it to go. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Covington with the bucket.
Well, I tell you what, that's Covington's game now. He's really thinking shot before he catches it.
Doncic against Lillard, and Doncic gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Lillard, Covington. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Porzingis passes to Kleber. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Lillard with it. Pass to McCollum. Here is Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Right side, Covington. Pass to Powell. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. McCollum finds Lillard. Offline with his 3.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And it's in there. And that'll tie this game up.
Richardson, he's a physical guard now. This guy's got good strength, and he powers through physical contact and capitalizes there.
Now, here's Lillard. Steps back and fires. They grab their own miss. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Richardson against McCollum. Nurkic with the steal. Crafty move. And the layup good by Covington. Covington's got 6 points.
Covington is just so quick, leaving the defense well behind him, actually in the dust as he gets down the court.
Kleber kicks to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
Nobody near Lillard. A three-pointer, no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target. And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Now, here's Doncic. And there's the pass to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Up top, Powell. Lillard outside.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Doncic with the bucket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Good work there as it goes. 8 points for Nurkic.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Lillard surveying the D. That three off the mark. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Mavericks lead. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping.
I think in the past, anytime I got
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Trey Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Melly in at power forward. Here's Melly. He's covered by Cantor. Excellent D from Cantor. Passes to Simons. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Anthony. Portland needs to get off a shot. Hardaway with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Brunson, good. Brunson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Now here's Jones. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Beautiful pick by Anthony.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Burke covering. Cantor with it. Powell's there. And Cantor throws it down.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Nicolo Melli. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Burke. Here's Redick. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Redick's got it all tied up now for the Mavs. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. Here's Lillard. Tim Hardaway making his last shot. 1:10 left to play in the first half. Covington passes to Lillard. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Trailblazers.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Redick against McCollum. Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him. Here's Marjanovic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's McCollum. Kicks it out to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Nice open look, but it's no good.
It's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he's struggled so mightily.
Count it. Doncic has got 6.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Nurkic finds Powell. From the stripe.
Look at Porzingis, guys, and I like his versatility.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that should...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Lillard, and he banks in the layup. Lillard's got his second bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Nurkic with the steal. One-on-one here. Fires from deep, and there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by McCollum. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter. Doncic feeling it out. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Lillard outside. Here's Covington. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. 8 points for him.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Doncic. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Nurkic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now it's a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Out to Porzingis from the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And here they go to the wing on the left. Anthony dishes to Jones. Lets it go from deep. Kleber with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Richardson. Misses from short range. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And the shot is good.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Richardson outside. It's stolen by Anthony. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. And Jones slams it in.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now here's Richardson. Can they get it? 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you got to love when Richardson gets the defense to commit and make a mistake there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Now here's Powell. Pass to Carmelo. Back to Powell. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Jones, no luck. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 10. Jones, the pass to Kanter. Back to Jones. The tray. Kanter dishes to Carmelo. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic, and Kanter throws it down.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Kanter gives your team found points off misses.
Left side, Porzingis, and that one's drained from the low block. Porzingis has got 8 points.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Outside, Jones. Back to Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Anthony's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers. Richardson finds Kleber. Doncic outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter.
You know, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip end.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
And so it's Portland with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. They've got Dwight Powell. Trey Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's Redick in its small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Out to Anthony. The 3 from McCollum. Offensive rebound. Mavericks trail by 10 to the middle. The pass to Burke. Fires the 3. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Outside Anthony. Passes it to Covington. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. That one doesn't go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Out to the right wing. Here's Burke. Shot clock reset for Dallas. Great positioning on the putback.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
Lillard finds Anthony. McCollum outside. Powell with the steal. Burke with it. Now defended by McCollum. Yep, that one goes in there. Burke's got his first 2 points.
Powell doing a nice job recognizing when to give it up. He, to me, is the epitome of a valued utility player. Knows his role.
Brunson against Lillard. Looking to get it going. The Trailblazers rebound. And a wide open look for McCollum. It's good from long range. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Here's Brunson. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Lillard. Cauley-Stein grabs the ball. Cauley-Stein's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Lillard against Brunson. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. The dish to Nurkic. Mavericks with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Brunson has it in the corner. And foul up. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Kept alive, Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Burke. Finished off the break. Burke's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Fire that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And a switch here also for Portland. Powell's checked in. Doncic against Lillard. 1:05 left in the 4th quarter. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical juncture.
Powell kicks to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And get out of the way. Nurkic drives with tremendous physicality.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Powell, no one around him. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And now Portland on the break. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the 3. Richardson the pass to Doncic. And the shot is long. Covington dishes to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. And so it's Portland winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a... And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. The And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off.
Good evening, Kevin. Well, last season, Paul George had a homecoming.
What a story. David, thank you. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Drills it from outside. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. The high post shot. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Doncic has got 5 now.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Here's George. The putback. Mavericks with the rebound. Here's Finney-Smith. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
George dishes to Morris. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Jackson. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 5-point game.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Jackson finds Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
The confidence Leonard shows from range now. You wouldn't know it was once a weakness.
Doncic outside. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 10 points for him.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Here's Doncic. The putback, Porzingis on the follow.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Jackson against Richardson. And George, here we go. And it's good for 2.
And that's what he's looking for. After 3 straight misses, finally finds the mark.
And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 14-5 run. Near the 3-point line, it's Doncic. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. No good that time. Clippers trail by 7. From deep, George. That doesn't go either for George.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Dallas, Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Kennard finds Cousins out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Mavericks, Nicolo Melli comes in for Porzingis, and it's Burke in for Doncic. Brunson against Rondo.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Brunson against Beverly. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Quick first step. Beverly showing he's not just a three-point shooter at the offensive end.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. The pass to Burke. Left side Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Ripped away. Here's Rondo. Finished off the break.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
Up in time. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. That quarter had to take a lot out of. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle here early on, and you see that reflected in the score.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Burke in at the 1. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Kennard finds Beverly. Back to Kennard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around. Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Beverly, the pass to Mann. To the inside. Here's Kennard. No good on the shot. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
Beverly dishes to Batum. Here's Kennard. And the layup is good. Kennard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Burke kicks to Powell. Now here's Burke. Kennard covering. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Pulls up for 3. Offensive rebound Mavericks, but he stays with it. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And there it is for him. Leonard's got 5 now.
moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Richardson kicks to Doncic. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Doncic looking it over. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And just over 3.5 minutes play here in the second quarter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Finney-Smith's checked in. For Los Angeles, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
The 3 for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, and hasn't made one since.
And Porzingis, here we go. And that one drops. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Leonard inside. Leba defending. And it's Leonard missing. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Doncic, no good.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Shooting. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Here's Rondo. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Up top, Doncic. He's covered by Rondo. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Doncic has got 5 points in the quarter.
And really, Doncic can score from any area. His arsenal is very impressive.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 17 points. And thanks for joining.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, and it's George in at the 2. George passes to Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
Here's Brunson. No points in the game yet for him. Powell finds Burke. Hardaway against Leonard. Hardaway, no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by one. And that one's good. George.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block. And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's Cousins. Batum trying to break loose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Dallas moving it around. Knocked away. 3-on-3. Pass to Kennard. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And Cousins throws it down.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Burke kicks to Brunson.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Here's the Clippers. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Mann. Shot clock at 6. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Kleba against Batum. And it comes off the front of the rim. Mavericks trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. The Mavericks have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
Rondo drives in. 2 points. That one goes. Rondo's got 6 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Rondo dishes to Cousins. Wants to get it to Rondo and does. Count the basket. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Richardson against Kennard. Los Angeles leading by 4. And he uses the glass on the layup. He has 6.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Shoots from the line. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Richardson, no luck. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Kennard kicks to Rondo. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Kleba, the pass to Richardson. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered by Rondo. A 3-ball. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Doncic.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile 3-level scorer.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Cauley Stein in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Batum finds George. Good work defensively by Richardson. Mavericks trail by 5. Porzingis passes to Redick. For 3, Morris with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Cauley Stein. To the middle. And Morris comes over to help. Beverly against Richardson. Got a piece of it. George looking over the floor. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Mavericks shooting the ball at 42%. Here's Richardson. Good on the bucket.
You talk about a guy who's added some strength over the years. Look at the hit Josh took, and he was still able to convert.
George against Richardson. 13 feet away. Now here's Beverly. Brunson covering, and it's Beverly missing.
Great position down low. He had more time to get that shot off than I think he realized.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
And Cauley Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Back to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Cauley Stein. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles, leading by 5. Here's George. And the jumper from down low is good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
George against Doncic. Shoots from the elbow. Jump shot is good. Doncic has got 24 points.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
George finds Morris. George against Doncic. And there's Paul George on the assist by Morris.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Mavericks trail by 7. Outside, Redick. A minute 50 left in the game. Porzingis trying to get free. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. They get it back. Leonard kicks to George. And it's George again missing. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Doncic. Clippers leading by 7. Outside Jackson. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. George from deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The dish to Doncic. Shoots over Leonard. And that one hits back iron.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Richardson in for J.J. Redick. But deep three from George. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. The three for Doncic. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
George against Doncic. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Dallas with the ball.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
Now Beverly. And a wide open look for Rondo. No good there. So the Clippers winning this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. George passes to Morris. Zubac with it from 11 feet away. Rebound by Nurkic. To the paint. Kicks it out to McCollum. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
Passes it to Powell. Leonard with the steal. Jumps up. And the dunk by Jackson.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. Impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Zubac. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Jackson against Lillard. Down low, Covington with the steal. Lillard attacking. Count that bucket.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. George looking over the floor. And George with the stuff.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Lillard attacking. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
It's stolen by Morris. The shot by George, wide open. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the Team. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible, and I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Jackson. Leonard finds Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Rondo against Lillard. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
George against McCollum. Here's Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George. Zubac has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Rondo against Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, Lillard has some ridiculous handles. His ball control simply sublime.
The Clippers in the lead. Outside Leonard. Now the pass to Morris. Taken away by Anthony. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Powell, the pass to Anthony. Three-pointer, Lillard. The Clippers grab the miss. 27 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Leonard. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
So for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Now, here's Kennard. Outside, Batum. Good if it goes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Clippers lead by 2. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward.
That'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
And Beverley kicks to Kennard. Now here's Beverley. He's covered closely. Here's Cousins. And it's denied. And now the fast break, Anthony with the ball. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Beverley. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Pass to Canner. Anthony down low, defended by Batum. 3 on the clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kennard finds Cousins. Here's Jackson. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Jackson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. Powell against Kennard. Powell dishes to Covington. Nice move.
You can't be too physical with Covington. He's tough, he's athletic, and he knows how to force the issue.
Portland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Free throw drops for Covington. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Portland. Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Luke Kennard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Rondo passes to Batum. George with the ball. The shot's good. George has got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Lillard scanning the floor. Six on the shot clock. Got a hand on it.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot blocking.
George passes to Cousins. Back to George. Shot, high post, and good. He got the English that time as it falls. And it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Lillard outside. Fires for 3. Portland again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Batum. Right side Rondo. Dishes to Jackson. Tries again. And Batum finishes inside. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Lillard attacking. Batum with the steal. Now Cousins. Kicks it to Jackson. Back to Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, I love seeing the power of Cousins on display. The defense has a tough time attempting to contain him.
Passes it to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. To end the run. That one does not go. It puts him at 5 for 9 from the field.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Here's Jackson. Misses off the right iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above. And that does it for our...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now, here's George.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard attacking. Kicks it out to McCollum. He dishes it to Powell. Leonard with the steal. Inside, here's George. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's McCollum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the shot goes in.
Well, talking about Lillard, he's so good as a scorer in the paint. I mean, probably just as good as any point guard.
Powell against George. Tries from 16. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Morris kicks to George. Shoots over Powell. George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 12. And the dunk by Powell.
Love the unselfish mindset. I mean, McCollum is always looking to set his guys up.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Dish now to Leonard. Shoots over Lillard. Offensive rebound. Outside for Jackson. Pass to Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 8 points.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Back to Powell. And the pass to Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Down low. Shot from 12. That doesn't go either for George.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Here's Lillard. 15 points in the game. Paul George with the steal. Leonard from deep three-point land. The 3. Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles Leafs get down to 9 in the bucket from Damian Lillard.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
Now here's Jackson. Fires the 3. And stolen by Lillard. McCollum with the ball. George picks him up. Powell, no one around him. No good on the three. Los Angeles leading by 9. Jackson finds George. Back to Jackson. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Shoots over Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Count it, good.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Here's George. Portland making their last shot. Leonard on the wing. Back to George. Shoots over Powell. And the Clippers miss again.
And he needs to find other ways to contribute besides shooting. Sometimes you have to learn how to play well when you're not playing well.
Now here's McCollum. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Clipper lead.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Jackson against McCollum. The drive by Jackson. Nurkic with the block.
Now, his coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
McCollum outside. Back to Powell. The third quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top, leading by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Kennard. Rajon Rondo is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the 4 shot. And that one, good.
Come on, man. The concentration that Batum has had on these and-one plays is amazing. He's used to finishing through physical contact.
That free throw good from Batum. Trailblazers trail by 8. Cullen passes to Simons. He feeds it to Cantor. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Strong interior player. When Cantor is looking to score, he isn't afraid of attracting contact.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Beverly. Pass to Rondo. And Batum kicks to Rondo. Back to Batum. 6 to shoot. Beverly against McCollum. And it's Beverly missing.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Passes to McCollum. And Jones has it in the corner. Back to McCollum. Jones dishes to McCollum. Here's Anthony. No good off the back of the rim. Los Angeles leading by 6. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Up top, Batum, defended by Jones. Rondo, good.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Jones in the post. Kennard covering. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And here is Los Angeles now. Portland making their last shot. And that one's good. Beverly
But that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
Outside Anthony. To the inside. Cantor. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. He kicks it to Rondo. Banked in off the glass. And now a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, for a point guard, despite shaky range, Rondo has a pretty good field goal percentage for his career. A lot of that is shot selection.
Jones, the pass to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays with it.
Outside Rondo. Kennard finds Batum. Here's Rondo. A three-pointer off the mark. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Kicks it out to Jones. Simons surveying the D. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
You're dealing with a lot when you're guarding Cantor. Big frame, good moves, good feet, good finisher. He doesn't mind the physical battle.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Anthony. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. The three from George. That shot off the mark.
Even though he's gone ice cold, he keeps shooting. And it's late enough in the game for him to recognize there's a better option.
Back to Lillard over Jackson. Portland no good that time either. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from McCollum.
Gotta like how calm McCollum is. Even in big parts of the game, you can depend on him to step his game.
Here's Morris, following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Back to Morris. Pass to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers.
Oh, nice. Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Good.
He's an experienced player in clutch situations. McCollum loves being the guy that takes these important shots.
Los Angeles calls timeout. The score knotted at 47. 12 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
This big, whenever McCollum takes over possessions like these, proving he can be an effective two-way threat.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 2. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Or they could take the lead if they play for the 3. Interesting decision.
Lillard with no one around. Count it. And it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Clutch is Lillard.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it. soaring high above the Willamette River. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for Portland, we've got Anthony. Also Enes Kanter out there. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot. Doncic outside.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The teardrop falls in. And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
Very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference.
Porzingis can't hit. And here's Portland. Here's Anthony. Kicks it out to Lillard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Doncic against Lillard. Now, here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Lillard surveying the D. Anthony finds Lillard. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Richardson, no luck. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Anthony dishes to Lillard. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. To the middle, here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo did a good job right there of reading where he could get to off of the screen, so a good hard roll on that play.
Doncic against Anthony, and good that time.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Simons, and that one is hammered home.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Porzingis, great positioning on the putback.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
Here's Simons from the high post, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Richardson with it. Lillard picks him up. Richardson, no luck. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. He gets it in there.
Felt like the whole team knew they were going to get out into transition, and Melo takes full advantage.
Richardson outside. There's the pass to Porzingis. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's Lillard. Lets it go with a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 5.
That's a pretty quick trigger from Lillard. That's what allows him to nail those jumpers. Sometimes he realizes the D's a bit closer.
Doncic against Lillard. Porzingis on the foul. Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard outside. Passes it to Simons. Takes the 3. Another shot. Anthony kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard against Richardson. And again, it's Portland converting.
Top-notch ball handling skills. That's just one of the things separating Lillard from most other point guards.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Doncic, no good.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Lillard from outside. A putback. The Mavericks pull it in. Fast break, Dallas. Finney-Smith can't get it to go. And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers lead by 5. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing.
I think it comes from being a...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Jones, and it's Nurkic in its center. Covington down low. Brunson covering. Covington's shot is off. Here's Powell. Reddick trying to get open. The shot by Powell, no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. Pass to McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Jones with it. Now guarded by Reddick. 5 to shoot. Covington passes to McCollum. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. McCollum's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Melly. Back to Reddick, and there's the pass to Brunson. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, Reddick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein comes in for Nicolo Melli. And it's Burke in for J.J. Reddick. That one falls for Brunson. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, young champ Derek Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Brunson against Lillard from 18 feet away. Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. Tips it up, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Simons, he's checked in for Portland.
Well, the team set up Nurkic so well there. He had plenty of space, calm and collecting.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Doncic.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Jones drives in. Here's Nurkic. It's rebounded by Dallas. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the half. Here's Porzingis, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Porzingis showing a little strength down low that time. You can't get upset at the D for being physical with him on that play.
A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Derek Jones. Hollis Jefferson passes to Cantor. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Richardson against Anthony. Kicks to Cantor. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is a guy who plays with a high motor and who enjoys contact. Cantor feasting inside.
Here's Richardson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Excellent D from Cantor. Portland leading, and they're moving it up. Ahead. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Passes it to Finney-Smith. Takes a three. A putback, and Doncic is right there. Doncic has got 4 points now in the quarter. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to Simons. Trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. The feed to Anthony. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Anthony. Tries it from 19. McCollum. And the second chance over by McCollum. McCollum's got his second basket of the game.
Sometimes CJ just with movement alone finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points. That's more like it, rounding into form after a very, very difficult first quarter.
The pass to Cantor. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He kicks to McCollum. Lets it go from deep. The shot off that time. Got it off in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And some good. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq, he has that. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. They've got J.J. Redick. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Powell. And it's Melly in at the 4 spot. Powell finds Hardaway. Outside, Redick. Powell trying to free himself up. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop." Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Feeds to Carmelo. Lets it go from 11. That shot misses. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Redick. And Cantor pulls it down.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Anthony Simons. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Jones subbed in for Rondé and Hollis Jefferson. Lillard from outside. Redick with the rebound.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Porzingis inside, working on Nurkic. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul. McCollum's checked in for Portland. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for J.J. Redick. Jones, the pass to Nurkic. There's the dish to McCollum. He feeds it to Covington. Shoots over Doncic. And he can't bank that one in. Passes it to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. And here's Doncic from the arc. And the rebound by Nurkic. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And here's Covington from the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Richardson the pass to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Cantor dishes to Nurkic. McCollum deciding where to go with it, trying to get something going, and Nurkic lays it in. Nurkic has got his second bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. A second chance effort, and he nails the jumper. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Now you can see the defense is so shifted over to where Kristaps Porzingis is that they lose track of the situation, and he burns them with the pass.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Enes Kanter. And the Mavericks with some changes. Lillard against Brunson. Jones kicks to Lillard. Shoots over Brunson. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
The drive by Redick. It's Powell on the wing. Back to Redick.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Jones finds Covington. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pass to Nurkic. Puts the move on. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jones. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Lillard against Brunson. Here's Melly. An easy 2 points on the layup. Melly's got his first bucket in this one.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. And the 3 off target. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Dishes it to Carmelo.
How many?
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Pass to Anthony. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. Pulls up, high post, offensive rebound.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Here's Simons. To the paint. Powell with the steal. Here's Melly, covered by Anthony. With the putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Powell's got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Brunson gets the bucket, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Burke in for Richardson. It's tipped. They retain possession. And the basket is good. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Doncic passes to Hardaway. Now Powell. Outside Hardaway. Nurkic with the block.
Nurkic big and blocking.
Clock is at 3. And here's Doncic from the arc. Here's Powell from downtown. But they get it back.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Lillard against Doncic. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Fouls checked in. Off the inbound. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to go on Trey Burke.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time. Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard against Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. Dallas also making some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for Burke. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the chain.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
Doncic looking it over. Right side, Porzingis. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Well, that's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
Lillard against Doncic. Kicks it out to Lillard. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Lillard against Doncic. And it's blocked.
That's good footwork from the big man as Cantor aware defensively to get to that one.
Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Here are the Mavericks now. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Doncic. And the rebound by Nurkic. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite from the stripe.
And the Mavericks call time here. They trail by 3. 7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
And so the big win by Portland in it. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center. And for Dallas, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3-slot. Here's Richardson. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Jackson passes to George.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Here's Marjanovic. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard attacking out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working. Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Marjanovic against George. And it's George finishing it off.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Fast break, Dallas. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
George looking over the floor. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Doncic against Jackson. Good on the shot.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Clippers trail by 6. Zubac finds George. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Doncic against Jackson, and that one's good. Doncic has got 6 points.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
George passes to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Doncic against Jackson, the 10-footer. Luka Doncic again. 8 points for him.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
George against Doncic, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, that's phenomenal athleticism on the drive. Paul George just sprints past everyone with ease.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. To the middle. Here's Porzingis, and the rejection by Zubac. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Yep, that one goes. That's 12 points for Paul George.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Doncic against Jackson, and that one's good. Doncic.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
It's Jackson with the drive. Outside for George. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Clippers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Here's Brunson. No good on the last second attempt there. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Mavericks ahead. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Kennard in at the 3. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. Pass to Kennard. Redick against Beverley. 5 on the clock. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
So it's the Mavericks now. Mavericks leading by 6. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. Jacks up a 3. Brunson, no good. The Clippers shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Batum passes to Cousins. Kicks it to Beverly. Outside, Batum. Just 4 to shoot. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly making it easy for his teammate to score.
Hardaway dishes to Cauley Stein. Hardaway kicks to Powell. Here's Brunson. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Burke, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Dallas leading by 3. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Burke looking over the floor. Back to Powell. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the right side. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Down low, here's Cousins. Beverly, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, it's just Patrick Beverly, despite the lack of size, competing on the glass and getting the putback.
And the wide open shot from Redick. And it's off from 3-point range. Clippers trail by 3. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Redick against Beverly. The shot by Redick, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Kennard kicks to Cousins. The pass to Mann. Floats one up. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Batum, good. Dallas has gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Burke, the pass to Redick. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Redick's got 5 points so far.
And we've seen this offense step back into 3-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Left side, Batum. Cauley Stein in the post. Kennard covering. Good on the bucket.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Back to Cousins. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. Mavericks leading by 6. And Finney Smith gets it to go.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Stripped away. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Goes up. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Richardson's got the lead up to 10 now for Dallas.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. The drive by Doncic. Here's Porzingis out to Doncic. And the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Dallas holding on to it.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Luka Doncic had a huge first quarter. He had 10 points, and the Mavericks over... And that...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
His penetration was a real problem for them. And then, of course, the monster finishes at the cup.
They've got Porzingis. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. George passes to Jackson. Misses the 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on...
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Here's Jackson. Outside for George. Pass to Leonard. Another shot. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Porzingis. To the inside. Marjanovic. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 14.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Here's George. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Here's Jackson. That shot is off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
On the wing, George. Guarded by Doncic. And it's George finishing it off.
What you love about Paul George is if he understands he's got his game in rhythm, he's going to stay aggressive.
Here's Doncic. Up again. Porzingis on the foul.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. They trail by 16. George finds Jackson. Porzingis with the block.
This guy is showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Batum comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Leonard attacking, and he gets it to go. Now, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it keep? And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now here's Brunson. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Redick up top, Kennard covering. The shot by Redick, no good. Clippers trail by 10. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Powell. 2 free throws coming up. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Clippers trail by 12. Outside Rondo. Passes to Leonard. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Leonard's got 6 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
The 3 for Doncic. The Clippers grab the miss. Batum's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Here's Doncic. And the miss. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Inside, 8 feet away. Camp it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Zubac.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Doncic feeling it out. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, the hoop and the harm. Luka Doncic, the finish, and he'll get an opportunity to add to that.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Leonard. That free throw good from Doncic.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other. Listen, this is becoming routine for Luka Doncic. This guy's a big-time scorer who can take over when he's ready.
Hardaway against Rondo. Over in the corner, Zubac. Morris outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rondo passes to Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal, has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Rajon Rondo.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
A good look from Doncic, but they'll get another chance. Marjanovic finds Hardaway. Doncic with it, guarded by Jackson. Second chance shot. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Hardaway. Doncic has got 15 points in just the second half. Outside, George. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers.
Well, Paul George, smack dab in the middle of the prime of his career, and maybe underestimated is his drive to win.
Doncic with it. Leonard picks him up. Doncic against Jackson. And the rejection by Zubac. And he's able to get it back. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Leonard on the wing. Over in the corner, Zubac. Here's George. Drops in the layup for 2. And that's now 27 points for Paul George.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Three-pointer. And it's Doncic missing. Clippers trail by 6. Kicks it out to Leonard from the arc. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Hardaway passes to Richardson. It's good.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Here's George. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Now he's checked in for the Mavericks. Throw good, Paul George. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Doncic outside. Basket good.
Well, you want to talk about a picture-perfect jumper. Luka Doncic knows a thing or two about getting into the mid-range.
George against Doncic. Outside Jackson. Shoots the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. Doncic outside. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. And so here are the Clippers. 7-point differential. Doncic against George. Over in the corner, Zubac. And the wide open shot from Morris. They get it again. Outside for George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Doncic with the bucket.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
A 3 from Porzingis. It's hauled in by Zubac. Outside, George. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's good. The starting lineups. Lots of interesting matches. It's the NBA on 2K. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 1. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. To the paint. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Leonard. Over in the corner, Zubac. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's Nurkic. Paul George making his last shot. To the inside. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Nurkic.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Outside, George. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Zubac, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Trailblazers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Lillard against Jackson. Outside, Jones. Pass to Simons. Kicks to Nurkic. Lillard outside. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George has got the ball. Here is Lillard. Pass to Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's Jackson. It's a 5-point game. And the wide open shot from Morris. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And early on, if you're him, you just want to see the ball go through the net and get into some kind of rhythm.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's George. Dishes it to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And the basket by Lillard.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Outside, George. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Good work there as it goes.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 7. Now Zubac. Pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Lillard dishes to Anthony. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. It's good.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Jackson finds George. Morris right side. Leonard attacking. Back to Morris. Over Jones. Pocket 6. That one good for 2.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Lillard scanning the floor. And the pass to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 6 points.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Jones, the pass to Carmelo. Good work defensively by Morris.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him.
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. And it's Cousins in at the center, locking down the middle. And again, the Clippers turn it over. Lillard outside. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Beverly against Powell. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Beverly.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Covington. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And here's Los Angeles. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. And that one's good. Beverly.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Powell, the pass to Cannon. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Yes, that goes in.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Covington with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break and the dunk by Powell.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
We talk about it time and time again. Turnovers are costly, especially when the game is close.
Beverly finds Cousins. Doesn't go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way. Powell, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Clippers trail by 4. Batum dishes to Beverly. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. McCollum passes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
That's the kind of take charge attitude they want CJ to have. Attack the D at every opportunity.
For Portland, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for Lillard.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
George against McCollum. Jones drives in, feeds to Nurkic. Can't hit from in close.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Back to Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Moves back up. Outside for George. That's tipped. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Cullen passes to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Powell finds Nurkic. Back to Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Jones. That one no good. Great D that time from Leonard. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And George with the stuff.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Jones looking for an opening. Buries it down low. Jones has got 5.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
The deep 3 from George. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 9 points, 3 assists. And that should...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the shooting guard. Up and in from the low block.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
Lillard attacking. Here's Anthony. Nurkic trying to get open, and Anthony with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. Here's George. He's got 10. Down low. Zubac kicks to George. And that one, good.
Silky smooth stroke, nice touch. Paul George is a terrific jump shooter.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That's on Reggie Jackson. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Beverly, the pass to Cousins. And it's blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Lillard. A nice shot by Simons.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammate.
Here's Beverly. Here's Batum. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
The Clippers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throw.
Jones with it. 5 points in the game. Up top, Covington, and stolen by Cousins. Here's Mann, covered by Lillard, and stolen by Lillard. The finish, and then Lillard slams it in.
And love to see Lillard get the fast break going. He's a quick thinker with great hands.
Beverly finds Kennard. Back to Beverly, stolen by Cantor. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Batum passes to Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Awesome display. Fierce with the level of strength. DeMarcus with the impressive move.
Pass to Lillard. Over Beverly, and there's Lillard on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got the lead up to 6 now for Portland. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Beverly against Lillard. Covington with the steal. Here's Simons. The shake. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Now, here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Man gets the bucket.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
To the middle. And it's good for 2.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Beverly against Lillard. Beverly, the pass to Man. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. To the inside, and Cousins throws it down.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Outside, Jones. Poked away. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Man passes to Batum. Here's Man, defended by Jones, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Man can't hit. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Anthony. He's got 6. McCollum outside. Inside, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Trailblazers lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Rondo in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And it's Rondo penetrating. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 6. That one coming from Zubac.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Morris against Anthony. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That free throw good from Anthony. Lillard's checked in for Portland. So Anthony nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
George passes to Rondo. Leonard with the ball. Nurkic with the block. And he gets it back. George. And the dunk by Zubac.
Excellent pass, PG-13. Keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Lillard outside. Puts up a 3. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half. Now has his 2nd.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Now Morris over Anthony. Off the left rim and out. Here's the break. Passes it to Lillard. The shot. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's George. Leonard kicks to George. Goes up again. The putback. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Cullen passes to Powell. Back to McCollum. And there's the pass to Powell. 5 to shoot. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 4th assist in this one. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. 9-point game. Rondo against Lillard. It's George on the wing. Yep, that one goes in there.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Lillard outside. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Lillard's got the lead up to 9 now for Portland.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard with the bucket. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple Finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree. Jackson finds Zubac. Back to Jackson. Down low. Looking to end the run. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Zubac.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Trailblazers.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
In the corner, George with it. There's the triple. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers. Lillard from outside, cans it from downtown.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
George with the bounce pass. A three ball. He's off on that one. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win in